Hi everyone, welcome to the Nose Knows. It's Daniel. I am so excited today because we are doing a full review of one of my favorite new scents, Mrs. Francis Kurkdjian Baccarat Rouge 540. This scent is amazing. It's like nothing else. Now I want to give a disclaimer before I continue on. I do sell this scent. I work at Neiman Marcus in Chicago, and if you need to order one, you can do that directly through me. My info is below in the video. We have an online ordering system and I would love to help you out. That being said, I did a first impressions of this fragrance about 2 weeks ago, and I really had trouble trying to say everything that I felt this fragrance meant to me. It just wasn't there, and I sort of had this aha moment last week where I realized what this fragrance was all about. Now, Maison Francis Kurkdjian was inspired by the House of Baccarat, and this fragrance was originally created to commemorate the House of Baccarat, the Crystal House, and their 250th anniversary. It originally came out in a beautiful crystal bottle. It was very, very expensive, several $1,000s, and it was only available at the most luxurious stores like Harrods in London, and I think it was at Bergdorf's in New York City. I'm not going to talk about that too much because there's plenty of other videos that go through that original bottle, but now we have it available for us. This bottle is about $300. It's still pretty pricey, but not a bad price as far as niche fragrances go, and this one is so unique. There's really nothing else that like compares to this. So crystal is made through three different things coming together: fire, minerals, and the knowledge of how to make crystal itself. And Kurkdjian was really inspired by that. He said he wanted a fragrance that felt both luminous and dense at the same time, just like crystal does. And I think he really captured that with this. It has this light, airy quality to it, but it also has this density and this heaviness to it. It's a very interesting juxtaposition. The name was inspired by Baccarat itself. He wanted something that was modern and forward-looking, so Baccarat Rouge 540 was inspired by the way they make the red crystal. They take 24 karat gold and put it in the crystal component, and they heat all that up to 540 degrees Celsius, and that's what gives it this naturally red color. Now the notes in this are very, very simple, and it really doesn't smell like anything that's in it. The official notes are saffron, jasmine, cedar, and ambergris. Fragrantica has fir resin in there as well on the base, but it doesn't really smell like any of that. It smells like this sweet and raw cedarwood composition. So I was wearing it about a week ago, and it just, all of a sudden, everything clicked, and I realized what this fragrance meant to me. It's like being inside of a myth or a fairy tale even, where everything is bigger and larger and better. The reds are redder, the glass in the buildings looks shinier and brighter, and there's this romantic breeze in the air that makes me feel like stronger and almost like noble. It's so strange, but for me, when I wear the scent, it's almost like a psychological space where I feel almost like I'm transported to a slightly better world. And I think that's really what he was achieving with this luminous and dense composition. The lights are lighter, but there's like this underlying strength to everything. It is so unique, and I really, really like it. Now, it can be worn by men and women, which I think is interesting because there are traditional masculine and feminine notes in this, and they play off each other. So when a man wears this scent, what's kind of strange is the really sweetness. It's a caramely, burnt sugar type sweetness, but underneath of it, there's this cedar and maybe this fir resin. And it's not like a cedar like you walk in the forest and smell cedar wood. It's like this stripped down, I don't know how he processed it, but it's this stripped down, raw, rough wood. It's very masculine. And then if a woman wears it, conversely, the kind of more feminine note that has been done a lot is the burnt sugar smell. It's been done in so many fragrances. But then you have this cedar wood that's raw and rough for a woman to wear it. Now, it's not that different than the patchouli from Coco Mademoiselle or the dry down from Angel, but the way the wood smells, the kind of feeling of it is a lot different, and that's what gives it this unique quality. It makes it just something totally different that we haven't smelled before. I really like this scent a lot. I have so many good ones that I'm wearing, it's hard to pick, but I'm constantly reaching for this one. I got some new Creed, and I have the Kurkdjian sampler. I've been wearing the Oud Satin Mood a lot, but this one I keep coming back to it, and I have it on today. It's just so good. And I wanted to talk about the beastliness of this fragrance too. It is definitely a beast mode scent. It lasts on my skin 8 hours or more. After 7 or 8 hours, it becomes very close. The projection goes down, but I will wash my clothing and still smell it in the fabric after it's been washed. And the way it wears too is interesting because it almost kind of stays the same as you wear it. At first I get this kind of vegetal green, kind of earthy scent at the top, very light, but it's there. I think that's the saffron, but that goes away in about 15 minutes, and we're left with this oscillation of the burnt sugar smell, very sweet, and the raw, stripped down cedar wood, and it will kind of oscillate. So sometimes I'll get more of the burnt sugar, and then a half an hour later I'm smelling the cedar, and it just sort of goes in this cycle and gets quieter and quieter. The ambergris there, giving it that open feeling, and I think it may come out a little more at the end as the projection dries down, it gets closer to the skin, but really it just sort of fades away and we're left with this sweet kind of woody smell. And I think that's why I find this so psychological, because it doesn't really shift. It's almost this whole experience that as I wear it, I'm living the same kind of smell, since it doesn't change a lot, and it locks me into this psychological place, which is just so fascinating, and I love how I feel when I wear this. It's so good. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to my videos if you haven't. If you'd like to order one and you're in the US, I would love to help you out. Contact me below with our online ordering system, and I will see you next time.